Good morning. We are up very early at the train station waiting for the Gatwick Express because we're about to go to the airport. We're off to nearly tripped over. Sunny Milan. Yeah, I will enjoy my trip. So what are we doing on the train so early then? Well, we're basically going to Milan, as I just said, and the idea is to see if we can start to do quite a bit of travel on a budget. So the flights were cheap, well, not as cheap as they initially looked like they were going to be. When I was booking them, it looked like we was going to get them for about 40 to 50 quid. Return each, but it's more like £100 return each, but it's still fairly reasonable for going to an amazing place like Milan. So that's what we're doing. Our flight goes out just before 9. We should be in Milan just before lunchtime. So yeah, this video will document that day. Walking down the walkway with my Millie. Motoring along. See, you're taking big strides. That's very fast compared to other people. Yeah. I know. Video. Through passport control in Milan. It's very easy, barely any queue. I was expecting a big one for British passports, but there wasn't one. And just off to try and see if we can find the train station. Milano. Upstairs of a train. Never done that before in my life.
Is it a yellow thing?
I got it. Italian pebbles. I wonder what pebbles is in Italian. We got to call in this one now. Le pebbles. I don't know why I did a French accent. Once we left the station, it was time to head over to Milan's major tourist attraction, which is the Duomo di Milan, the cathedral. Next to it there's a Galleria, a shopping Galleria, which both of these are probably the busiest places in Milan. To get there we took this dainty little tram, which we'd seen going down the streets and we really wanted to go on. Before braving the crowds at the cathedral and the Galleria, we decided to stop off at this lovely cafe for some wonderful refreshments. When in Italy, you've got to have a pizza.
If I had a dog, I was going to get a dog.
After lunch, we set off to find the Galleria Vittorio Emanuele II, Milan's most famous and stunning shopping galleria. Time to fill up the bottle though, as all this walking is thirsty work. And just outside the Galleria is Milan's other major tourist attraction, the Duomo di Milan. Duomo means cathedral. in Italian. St. Peter's Basilica in Rome is technically in the Vatican, not Italy. So the Duomo is Italy's largest church and the third largest in the world. After that, we gained our first experience of the metro system in Milan. Following first the yellow line, then the red line, and then ending up with the green line to take us to our destination. Once out of the subway, we decided to head to the Navigli district, which is the city's old canal region. Navigli literally means canals. The name comes from navigare, which means to navigate. The Navigli are a network of artificial canals that once connected Milan to lakes and rivers across Lombardy, making it a port city without a sea. Interesting fact, Leonardo da Vinci helped design them. In the late 1400s, Leonardo da Vinci, yes, that Leonardo, worked on the canal locks and water flow system. His engineering genius allowed barges to move marble from Lake Maggiore all the way to the city, including the marble used to make the Duomo. Unknown to us as we were heading down there, it's now Milan's nightlife heart. The Navigli area is famous for its aperitivo culture. Bars lining the canal serve cocktails and endless buffet snacks from 6 till 9 p.m. Locals and tourists mix along the water's edge. Also, as we was about to soon discover, it's an artist's quarter. Many of the buildings along the canals are converted workshops, now used as art galleries, vintage boutiques and studios. We will find colourful doorways, ivy-coloured courtyards and artisan shops tucked down side streets. As you will see soon, it's the perfect sunset spot. The canals run southwest, so the sun sets directly over the water, making golden hour absolutely magical.
So, nice evening spent down near the canal in Milan. Stopped off and had some drinks on a cafe beside this canal. Wasn't the friendliest of owners, to be honest, but it was nice. A little bit overpriced and portions not as good as some of these places that we see, but absolutely wonderful place to sort of drop and people watch. Amazing sort of sights to behold. Sort of Italian people have such a sense of style and just absolute, it's like a fashion procession watching people walking past, so it's really good. But yeah, just out and about. Lovely light coming in off the canal there. And yeah, so far our day in Milan has been absolutely amazing.
Ponte Alda Merini is named after the Milanese poet of the same name, who lived her whole life beside these canals. It's also known as the Ponte dei Lucchetti, which literally means the bridge of padlocks. The padlock custom began in Rome with a book called I Want You by Federico Moccia. In it describes lovers padlocking to a bridge in Rome, and it's spread across Italy as a tradition. The padlock symbolising their love being locked in.
I didn't refuse, it was like, just didn't want that. Yeah. Yeah, so we've spent like a lovely few hours inside Brelin, this lovely little cafe stroke bar, and sat and people watched along this wonderful canal for the last few hours. Got a really reasonable price, sat and drank. I was like, the prices in the menu were suggesting that the bill would have been a lot higher, but it was a very reasonable price at the end of the day. Very happy, a lot lower than what I thought it was going to be, and service was amazing. Definitely recommend it if ever you come to Milan, you come to this particular canal. But yeah, we've had a lovely time, and we just had an amazing ice cream as well. But we're about to start. You ready? We're about to start heading back to the train station now, and yeah, get a train back to the airport. Get safe at the airport. We'll have a few hours to wait, but I think it's probably going to be safest to do it there. And one of the most special things that happened to us in Milan is we went down this little alleyway and found this display outside a studio, and came across a wonderful man called Miro Gentilini, who's an incredibly talented artist, inspired by Picasso and the local area. And we just had a great conversation with him and found out lots about his life and his work, and shared some of our history with him, and made a really good bond, and brought a tear to our eyes as he reminded us of old friends. And then it was time to reverse our journey and go back to the train station to catch the train to get back to the airport. And summing up the whole experience, a day trip to Milan, was it a good idea? It was a fabulous idea. We had a wonderful time. We saw so many great things and created so many memories from just spending one day in one place, that in my memory now, just a day or two later, it feels like we were there for much longer, as we packed so much into the day. It's really, really something that we both want to do again. In truth, spending quite a few hours at the airport waiting for the train home was the most difficult part of this particular voyage and mission, but it was a learning curve, so next time I would definitely make sure that the time spent waiting around at the airport would be less. But that was the only negative in a day full of marvellous positives. marvellous buildings, marvellous people, marvellous experiences, and definitely Milan comes in sort of very strongly in my favourite places in the world to be. And I'll end this video with a beautiful sunrise on the way home.